The law of conservation of energy. It may sound like sort of legal requirements to save energy. Turn off those lights when you leave the room. Not that kind of law. It's really one of many laws on physics that says energy cannot be created or destroyed. You're probably thinking, that can't be right. A line energy creates energy, electricity, but we don't actually create it. It starts with energy that naturally exists, natural gas, coal, wind, and other sources of energy, and then you use generate process to transform it into the electric energy you use in your home. That's when all the equipments and generating facilities are for. It transfers the energy from a raw resource into something more useful. However, even though energy can't be destroyed or lost, it can be wasted in a transfer from one type to another. Think about light bulbs. They transfer electrical energy into light, right? But other bulbs like incandescent light bulbs transfers electrical energy into light energy. A lot of electrical energy are wasted as heat energy. That's why LED is so much more efficient. So, energy is constantly changing forms but is not being created nor destroyed. It's like the law. And also, there are many types of energy which all form into two primary types. The energy of moving objects called the kinetic energy, and the energy that is stored called the potential energy. So, as you can see, there are many types of energies. These are the different types of energies that you will know once you go through watching this video. Burning a wood. First, we lighted the wood using a match, and after a few minutes, the wood started to burn, and then followed by a release of smoke. In the case of burning wood, stored potential energy in the form of chemical energy in the wood is released due to heating by other excited atoms. This chemical reaction is called combustion and requires oxygen. As you can see, the longer the wood burns, the wood slowly turns into black and will soon turn into ash. Dry wood contains stored chemical energy. When you burn that wood, chemical energy is released and converted into thermal energy or heat and light energy. And what about the wood? Following the chemical reaction, it's now turned into a new substance or ash. Either the wood turns into an ash or into a coal, which is very helpful when it comes to grilling. And the next one is boiling water. First, we put a cup of water into the kettle and then turned on the stove. After a few minutes of waiting, the thermal energy transfers to the water. When the water boils, a little of the energy is transformed into sound. When we open the kettle, it releases a smoke. If it falls off the shelf, the gravitational potential energy is transformed into kinetic energy. When the object hits the ground with a crash, some of the kinetic energy transforms into sound energy, and some of the water turns into a gas. Mostly nowadays, teenagers spend their time with their gadgets, scrolling up and down the screen. After a few hours of using your fingers, you can feel a bit of numb. And a great idea to scroll up and down your phone screen is using a battery. The energy from your fingers transmits to the battery that will make your screen react to the electrical energy from the fingers, and that is also the work of the screen. Now, feel free to scroll up and down using your battery. A ceiling fan has an electric motor and metallic blades connected to it. When we switch on a fan, the voltage difference causes the current to pass through the motor and the fan rotates. The regulator controls the voltage that makes the current flow less or more. Lower the voltage, lower the speed of the fan. The fan converts electric energy into kinetic energy that does work, and it converts some electric energy into heat. And the next one is when bumping to someone. When you accidentally run to someone and that someone pushed to the floor. That means that the energy you possessed because of your movement transferred to the other person, causing her to move. The same happens when we're pushing an object. When you push a book, the energy that you possessed transfers to the book, causing the book to move. From potential energy to kinetic energy. Now let's try to do an experiment. The Cola and Mentos experiment. As the Mentos candy sinks in the bottle, causes to the production of carbon dioxide bubbles. Rising bubbles react with carbon dioxide that is still dissolved. It causes more carbon dioxide to be freed and create even more bubbles, resulting in eruption.